And this next poem is about Gary's dad, Gary and Max's dad, O.W. I never got to work cattle with him, but his favorite saying was, cowboying used to be fun, now it's work. And you know what? I know what he's talking about now. So, this is Cowboying Used to Be Fun. The aches and pains seem worse this morning while working a few cow brutes. As we slop through the mud of rain-soaked pens, the water leaks into my boots. While working a bunch of cattle, I don't quit till the work's all done. Remembering the words of an old-timer, cowboying used to be so much fun. As the years keep going by, I get older and age is creeping up on me. Throwing my saddle upon my horse, it seems heavier than it used to be. Shipping days when you're up at 4, long before you see the sun. Remembering the words of an old-timer, cowboying used to be so much fun. On frosty morning, when your horse is acting frisky and feeling his oats, your body aches as the wind cuts to the bone right through your winter coats. These days we're done with fall shipping and winter has just begun. Remembering the words of an old-timer, cowboying used to be so much fun. When winter's through, it gives you a boost. You take a breath of fresh air, but the days get longer working till dark, feeding and fixing things in need of repair. There's so much to do as spring rolls around. You wonder if you ever get done. Remembering the words of an old-timer, cowboying used to be so much fun. Here comes the summer and the long hot days. There's always something to do. There's checking pastures and summer shipping. Plenty of work for a cowboy crew. Working while sweat runs down your back as the temperature climbs to 101. Remembering the words of an old-timer, cowboying used to be so much fun. While working cattle, one's on the fight, and then starts pawing the ground. I move slower now as I get hit. I wouldn't make a good rodeo clown. After being run over, as I lay on my back staring straight up at the sun, now remember the words of this old-timer. That part of cowboying never was that much fun. So, one of the things you have to do for cattle is make sure the fences are up. You know, when you leave pasture, make sure the gates are shut. Make sure the water gaps are in when it floods. And, and I tell you what, you don't, when you get a call at 11 or midnight from the sheriff, you got cattle out. That's not fun, but this can also happen with horses. They seem to get out too. And this next poem, do y'all know what horse apples are? You know, a horse eats grass, it goes up and out the other end. The other end is horse apples. Okay. Think that. Okay. The night the horses escaped. After moving to a house west of Elmdale along Middle Creek South Bank, I just turned my horses into a pen by the barn, then filled their water tank. The pen the horses were in I thought was good and stout. After dark, I went out to find my 2 horses had somehow gotten out. I started tracking my horses and tell where they'd crossed Middle Creek. I knew from experience that horses are pretty good at playing hide and seek. After crossing Middle Creek, I discovered some more horse apples by a big old tree. I was on the right track, but as it got darker, it was getting harder to see. I had grabbed a flashlight that by now was getting dimmer by the minute. That made me wish I'd remembered to put brand new batteries in it. Following the creek, I found another pile of horse apples by another tree, then more horse apples by a tree. Was I walking in circles? It very well could be. Knowing that I was lost, I walked out of the trees into a field of wheat. After about 2 hours of horse hunting, I could feel blisters forming on my feet. Finding that wheat field didn't make sense. There shouldn't have been any wheat around. In that area, I'd been helping a local farmer disc a lot of his farm ground. That's it. I was lost, and the horses were on their own for the night. My batteries were dead, but the stars and part of the moon gave me just a little light. I knew my directions because I could hear traffic over on the highway. I walked in the direction of my house and happened to find my horses on the way. What was I thinking, bringing only one halter, which meant I could only catch one? I hopped on my mare bareback and started for the house. One horse is better than none. The other horse followed, and I started looking for a place in the creek to cross. Having no luck, we went the long way around because I was still just a little lost. Crossing Middle Creek Bridge on the highway was the only way home I could think of. And with two horses in the dark, I'd been praying to the man up above. A new bridge was being built, but I wasn't sure it was done. Ends up it was finished, enough for the three of us to cross one by one. I always remember crossing Highway 50's Middle Creek Bridge that night. Just me, my two horses, one halter, and a dead flashlight. So, you know all these are true. They really are.